Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I would like to call this meeting to order. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening. Tonight we will be reviewing the applications to fill the vacant open board position. We appreciate everyone who applied or considered applying for the position. This position is very important to the district as a Board of Education consists of 7 board members who work together to develop policies with the superintendent. As a board member, there are very high expectations and we work to have a high-functioning board. Board members generally meet 2 times a month for regular meetings, 2 committee meetings a month, and other events as needed. This position takes time as we are dedicated to educating over 12,200 students. We had 9 people apply by the deadline for the vacant board position. Board members received packets with the applications and prepared questions. They were asked to come prepared with their top 3 candidates and any others they would consider. As we discuss the applicants, we will use numbers to identify them. No names will be used until the applicants selected agree to interview Thursday, July 11th, 2024. For round 1, I will ask each board member by name to identify their top 5 choices using the number assigned to the applicant. Secretary Hill will keep tally. At the end of round 1, there will be a discussion of applicants by numbers, and it will be round robin. Before we get started, do any trustees have questions? Yes, Trustee Hill.
Seeing that we have 9 applicants, are we going to do our top 3, top 4, or top 5?
Top 3.
Top 3, okay.
Top 3.
So,
Yes.
so you said I give you 5 or 3?
You can give me 5, we'll take the top 3.
I don't know if that's going to work. Okay, we can try that.
We can try it that way.
I don't know if mathematically that's going to work, but I'm not a mathematician.
We're
I say
leaving
we
here with
do
3
top-
people.
I say we pick 3 people.
3?
then, right?
And
Three?
if there,
Three.
in possibility of a tie, if a tie is possible, then we would have maybe 4 interviewees.
Okay. Yes, Trustee Scholler-Barber.
I would suggest that if you have a tie, we could discuss it a little bit and then make the decision to maybe go to 4.
Okay, I can go with that. That sounds reasonable.
Trustee Murphy?
Whatever everyone else wants, I'm perfectly fine with.
Trustee
Just-
McGlynn?
Let's make sure we accept the agenda and take attendance.
Oh, well, we probably should do that.
Yes.
I need a motion to accept the agenda, please.
So move to accept the agenda.
Thank you. I need a second.
Second.
I have a motion by Trustee Scholler-Barber with a second by Trustee Hill. Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Scholler-Barber?
Yes.
Trustee McGlynn?
Yes.
Trustee Hill?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Thank you, Trustee Hill, for that. Secretary Hill, will you please take attendance?
All trustees are present, with the exception of Trustee Johnson. She is present, but she's joining us virtually at the end of the desk here, and Dr. Slade is not present tonight.
Thank you so much. Are there any persons requesting to address the board? Seeing none. Under other business, we will now review the applications for the open Board of Education trustee position. I will give you guys a moment to get set up, and then I will ask for your responses. Also, I have a copy of the questions that we would like to use. I wanted to take a few minutes to have you guys take a look at them. And if there's consensus, we will use these questions moving forward. you guys need a little more time, or are you set to go? Okay. Trustee Murphy, will you please tell me the people that you would like to hear more, well, will you tell Secretary Hill the people that you would like to hear more from? The numbers.
Number 7, number 3, and number 2.
Trustee Shola Barber?
My numbers are number 1. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, thank you. Number 1, number 3, and number 8.
Trustee Hill?
Number 1, number 3, number 8.
Hmm. Trustee McGlynn?
1, 3, 8.
I am interested in hearing more from number 3. I would like to hear more from number 8 as well. And I'm interested in hearing more from number 1. It looks as if we will be reaching out to candidate number 1, candidate number 3, and candidate number 4. Candidate number 1 had 4 votes. Candidate number 2 had 1 vote. Candidate number 3 had 5 votes.
Oh, you said, I think you said 4, but you meant 8.
Nope. Candidate number 1 had 4 votes. Candidate number 2 had 1 vote. Candidate number 3 had 5 votes. Candidate number 4 had 7 had 1 vote. Candidate number 8 had 4 votes.
So say it again. Say the numbers again of the 3. Of the top 3. I think you just, you have it.
Candidate number 1, candidate number 3, and candidate number 8. Candidate number 1 received 4 votes. Candidate number 3 received 5 votes. And candidate number 8 received 4 votes. So now I need a motion to take those candidates to the interview stage. Oh, is there any discussion from the board? Seeing none, now I need a motion to take the candidates to the interview stage.
So moved.
I have a motion from trustee McGlynn. I need a second from trustee Shola Barber. And this is a motion to take the candidates to the interview stage. It's a roll call vote. Trustee Hill.
Yes.
Trustee McGlynn.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Shola Barber.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Are there any other comments by trustees? Okay. Everyone should have a copy of the questions that we are looking to ask the candidates. Any edits? everyone comfortable with question number 1?
I think we did kind of ask this in the application, but I think it's worth hearing, you know, from the candidates directly too.
To kind of personalize the statement.
Right, yeah.
I feel that I pick up on the candidate's energy. Oh, there. I enjoy interacting with the candidates and picking up on their energy when they expound upon those type of questions. You know, what revs them up and why they enjoy the district. Did I give away the question?
Everyone's okay with number 1? Is everyone okay with number 2? Trustee Shola Barber.
I would like to put before the board as a suggestion for their discussion. I think it fits into the best. What is the role and responsibility of a board member to promote and support the district? And again, I don't have any specific place. It seemed like 2, we could work it in, but I think promoting the district and being a fan of the district and the staff and the superintendent are a huge responsibility, not blindly or not as if there is a blind eye turned to problems or challenges. But I do believe that as we are a team member, we are on this team and we work to promote this team and correct any issues that are there. So I'm just putting that out for discussion.
Maybe that could be a separate question, because I do think it's important that candidates know what the role and responsibility is, and I think it's different than, you know, they could include promotion.
Sure, yes.
But I'm afraid that would gear it just toward that.
I see.
But maybe we can, you know, put that someplace there where we say, promoting the district.
Promoting the district and supporting the superintendent. And that support could be private conversations or discussions but and that's just where I'm at. So I welcome discussion from. I just think that it's a very important role that we have in managing or being involved with this particular team in this district.
Anybody want to expound on that? Anybody want to craft a question?
I'm fine with adding a question.
How would you promote the district and support the superintendent?
What is your role in promoting the district and the superintendent? I think that gives them the candidates a very fair shot at explaining maybe where they're coming from or what they feel. I think it's a dimension of the candidate that's necessarily not covered in these questions.
So it's like, as a trustee,
Yes.
what is your role in promoting?
in the district as well as the superintendent.
And well, promoting the district and supporting the superintendent, or
and-
supporting the
and-
district and supporting the
and
superintendent?
Supporting.
Whichever the board is comfortable with, promoting the district, because we all know that that is the role we have for enrollment and expounding on our programs and making sure that the well-kept secrets are out there, as well as in difficult times, and we've all been on the board in difficult times. What is your role in supporting the superintendent in navigating those times?
Trustee Murphy?
I'm fine with either modifying or adding a question.
Well, there's some conversation that number 2 should be a standalone question. Do you think that it should stand alone, or should we modify it?
What is this?
I would be fine with either, as long as we keep in mind that we have a limited amount of time for the interviews.
Mm-hmm.
So we have
Yes, Trustee Shola Barber.
3 candidates, and we have from roughly 6 to 9 6 to 9. So that would be an hour for an interview. And we have done this in the past in a 30 to 40-minute. Am I correct in remembering that? So I think that because we have 3 and we have the time, that we have just a little bit more room to be more specific or ask more questions.
So are you saying a standalone question would be a good idea? Maybe make that question number 3 then and move 3 to 4 and 4 to 5? Squeeze it
very
in after
comfortable.
number 2?
I'm very comfortable with that.
So the wording I have, and see if that's what you're thinking, is what is your role in promoting the district and supporting the superintendent?
I think that's fine. And then to my thinking, I don't want to circumvent the chair. Can I just respond? to
Yeah.
that? Okay. I think in my thinking, it gives an insight into what the candidate sees as being a team player, a very very specific question about team player, and a little bit of an indication of when we do have some troubling or some challenges to be thinking about, what is your role to support the superintendent?
So I would like to pose, creating a question that says, as a trustee on or with the Board of Education, what is your role in promoting the district and supporting the superintendent? On or with? As a trustee on the Board of Education, as a trustee with the Board of Education.
On's fine. I think on's fine.
So, number 3 would be, as a trustee on the Board of Education, what is your role in promoting the district and supporting the superintendent? Work?
It works for me.
Work?
Yes.
Number 4. Are you cool with 4? Trustee Shola Barber?
No, I'm good. I'm
Okay.
just saying yes.
Yes. Which is the old 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trustee Hill?
Yes, I'm good with number 4.
Trustee McGlynn?
Yes.
Trustee
Yes.
Murphy?
Yes.
Number 4, which is now going to be 5. Trustee Hill?
Well, of course, taking advantage of the Kalamazoo Promise is always amazing, but succeed in post-academic, after K-12, what is that called?
Post-secondary?
Post-secondary. Thank you. Yes, maybe something and the Kalamazoo Promise if they want to. No, that doesn't make sense. Okay, what can be done to improve student achievement? All of our students can take advantage of post-secondary opportunities.
I think
Trustee Shola Barber?
I would be more comfortable in the advantage of post-secondary opportunities would definitely include the promise.
Yeah.
That would be inclusive, but also we know that there are opportunities outside the promise, i.e. military or an HBCU or something like that. So if we did use post-secondary opportunities, our goal is to have them be ready, to improve their readiness, or to improve them to receive those opportunities. And I believe that's what we're asking. Am I correct? Help me with that, direct me.
What can be done to improve student achievement so that all of our students are prepared to take advantage of post-secondary opportunities? Trustee Murphy?
I would like to switch the word can with the word should.
Yes.
Good idea. Perfect.
What can be done to improve our student achievement so that all of our students should be prepared?
The first can, the second word.
What should, thank you. What should be done to improve our student achievement so that all of our students can take advantage of so that all of our students are prepared to take advantage of post-secondary opportunities? Yep.
Perfect. I like it too.
Trustee, everybody? Is everybody comfortable with 5? That would now be the new 6.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Is everybody comfortable with 6? That will now be the new 7. Trustee Shirley Barber?
Are we anticipating that will be a yes/no answer?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, part of me for this is just like making it really clear that there's a lot of time involved in this. And so I think it is, I mean, it would be a short answer, I think. So it wouldn't take up much time. But I think it kind of sets a stage of like, you got to have the time to do this job.
Puts it on record.
I hear you. And I agree with you. The only thing in a creative way that I would suggest, or just for discussion, is to really making sure, and I don't know how you make sure, to really enunciating the time commitment, to really saying that, and I'm up for suggestions on how you do that, because it isn't just a meeting a week. It isn't just, some weeks it's a meeting every night, i.e. this week. Some days you have 2 or 3 stacked meetings, and so the commitment, the time necessary to attend school board meetings, state trainings, would we be saying, put adverb in front of prioritize, or an adverb or an adjective in front of commit? I don't know. But if the board is comfortable with this suffices, then I am comfortable. I'm just throwing it out there for discussion.
Any discussion, any further discussion from the board?
I'm okay with the way it is.
Trustee Murphy?
This is fine.
Okay. Are there any other questions that anyone would like to see?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
I would like to add a question
Okay.
regarding candidates' experience and background with working with diverse members of our community.
Okay. Trustee Hill?
That's a good question. Would that be able to segue into number 1? Elaborate on your involvement in KPS, any volunteer work with the district, comma, and volunteer with what Trustee Murphy said, or working with groups?
I think it's a good standalone
Standalone
question,
question.
to be honest.
It's a good standalone question? Okay.
Yeah.
So please elaborate on your experience and background working with diverse members of our community.
Yes, that would be fine.
You sure?
Mhm.
Please elaborate, and I see you. Please elaborate on your experience and background working with diverse members of our community. Trustee Murphy? Go. Trustee Stroller Barber?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm just going to applaud that. I think that's brilliant. I think that it will allow for a robust discussion, or a chance for the candidate to really delve into the beauty and uniqueness of our district, is the diversity and whatever. And so I think that it's to me, I'm appreciative of you adding that. It gives us a good insight, and as a standalone, they can go into whatever depth, or they can be as concise or brief as they want. But yeah, I think I'm totally in support of it.
I do appreciate it being phrased as please elaborate.
Okay.
Yep.
So please elaborate on your experience and background working with diverse members of our community.
Yes.
Any other questions? Going once? Going twice? So everybody's comfortable with these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions? Okay. I need a motion to adjourn. Is there anything else? Comments by trustees? Because, I'm ready to get out of here. Yes, ma'am?
I'm just going to say quick that along with what President Harrison said, we truly appreciate all the community support and all the candidates that have come forward and taken the time, and by no means was this an easy decision. We have spent considerable time going over the applications and looking at all the wonderful attributes and talents that all the candidates brought forward. So, that's all.
Trustee Hill, do you have anything you want to say?
No, just thanking all the people that sent in their application. It's not easy to put yourself out there, and I admire people that can do that.
Trustee Murphy?
I look forward to some really great information interviews on Thursday. And I hope everyone had a great holiday.
Trustee McGlynn?
Yes, I'm just going to say the same thing, that appreciate the people that took the time to fill out the applications. I know it's a lot, and it's great to see that we have people that are willing to step up, and I am also looking forward to the interviews on Thursday.
So I also, because that's the challenge of going last, I want to echo all of the things that my trustees said, but I also want to say that any statements, or no, what I want to say is that I don't even need to read the script. This board is committed to finding the best person for the job. There's no specifics that we're putting on who's going to serve in this role. We just want someone that wants to serve in this role. So I just wanted to go on record making sure that everyone knew that we were not violating any state, local, or federal laws, that this is a very integrity-filled board, and that we do things in compliance with what is right. So I think that that was just important for me to say that. And I had a script, but I didn't want to read the script. I'm just going to say it like it is. We are not going to do anything that is not on the right side of right. And with that said, I need a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
I need a second. I have a motion from Trustee McGlynn with a second, excuse me. I have a motion from Vice President McGlynn with a second from Trustee Schola-Barber. Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Schola-Barber.
Yes.
Trustee Hill.
Yes.
Trustee McGlynn.
Yes.
And I vote yes. We will be in this space again on the 11th of July at 6 p.m.